Hello and welcome to Coffee Chat with Jody. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far, wherever you are in this world. Maybe it's the evening, maybe it's the morning for you. If you want, grab your coffee or tea and let's chat. Today, I would like to talk about how to be calm in the chaos. As moms, we have a lot of that, I think. At least I know in my world, I can get chaos. Enough. I have a 4-year-old and almost 2-year-old. So it feels more like chaos than calm a lot of the time. And I was reminded about that this past weekend. Here in Canada, it was Family Day weekend. So that meant that my daughter was home an extra day over the weekend. So when Monday came around, I'm like, wow. Um, it was a rainy day too, so we were kind of stuck inside and things like that. So it reminded me of practices to do to help keep calm when things are going bonkers around you. So I just would like to share that with you today. And I think it's really important because I know around here, March break is in a couple weeks. So I don't know when your kids are off on break, spring break, March break, whatever it might be called, it's coming. And if you work from home like I do, then they're home with you. And then you either need to find somebody to help you while you're, working, or you work and be with your kids. And these are just really ways to kind of help you stay calm. Now, I'm not promising that if you do these that you'll have you won't feel the chaos at times, but these 5 things that I'm going to share with you help you stay grounded and help you really not feel it as much. Like you can see it, but you're not feeling it as much. Your body doesn't feel like the stress of the chaos or the overwhelm of the chaos. And it really just makes it more magical. And you can really enjoy your kids this way and their time off with you. So I would love to share that with you today. And the first one is, this is actually one to help you be proactive. So this is something I recommend doing, and we talk about this all the time in this group, is this is to help you prevent feeling stressed, overwhelmed, and really help you deal with any chaos or things that happen. Life happens, and sometimes, the unexpected. You get a call from school, your child's sick, you need to get them home, and there goes your day. Like it's helping you stay grounded and centered throughout your day and your week. So the first one is take care of you. Put yourself on top of that to-do list. I find anytime that I feel the chaos, feel overwhelmed in my life, is because I've let me fall down the list. Maybe it's become third or fourth. And I know it can be really hard. I'm an entrepreneur, so all I want to do is do things for a business. And I'm a mom, so it's like I have a million things to do as a mom. And it's really finding that balance for you and your family. I have my husband help me do a lot of stuff around the house, so I don't have to worry so much. And then if I have extra time, then I help him more. Or if things are just working out, I can just, we figure things out together. And it's, maybe reaching out to grandparents, siblings, and or even getting a babysitter in your area, just so you can have time for you. And it can be very simple. It can be going for a walk. But one of the biggest things I talk about is self-care is important part of your daily life, and doing like little things that fill you up, or I could give you a list of self-care things to do. But the most important thing is that you do something that lights you up. Just because I made a list doesn't mean that those are things that light you up. For me, I really love being near water. That really fuels me. So it's really finding ways to do that whenever I really need like a boost. So it's really just knowing what you need personally. And all those other little things, like having a bubble bath and working out and all those things are really good daily. And then it's just having doses of things that really light you up, like really fuel you and make you like excited um, to go there, do that, or just to be. Maybe it's just venturing out of the house by yourself. So that is how we prevent the rundown, is taking care of us. When we fill our cup up, it's easier to give. It's easier to stay calm. It's easier to stay focused and present in the chaos when we're at a really solid place. And a big one, remember your mommy why. Why are you a mom? And it could be as simple as remembering the day you welcomed your new baby or babies into the world. And remember that in the chaos. Like for me, sometimes when, I want to like, pull out my hair or things, I'm like, right, I waited my whole life to be a mom. I wanted to be a mom since I could remember. Playing doll, dreaming of being a mom. Like I was insanely obsessed with being a mom. And yes, it's hard work. Yes, there's super challenges. And there's days that are like, but those are the days I'm like, right, this is this is one of my dreams that have manifested. This is something that I should be very grateful for. Now this isn't making it like, oh, I should be grateful for this, so like let's get this together. It's just me realizing this is one of my dreams come true. So it's just that shift in your mind, like, oh, right, like this is what I wanted, or it's just remembering when they're born. Go back to, or a moment that you really adore. I love a gratitude jar and we fill it in. And it really just makes you think about what it is you're grateful for. But this way, it's attaching your mommy why. Why did you do this in the first place? Or that mommy moment that really just made your heart sink in so much love. So, well, not sink, but like just, really feel amazing. And communicate with your team. Like I mentioned before, my husband and I kind of worked out something because I am an entrepreneur, so things are a little crazy. Um, and I can't always do everything. So we communicate. And it's like, okay, who's going to do this and who's going to do that? Or it's sitting down and be like, okay, something has to give here. And it's coming up with a new plan. And for us, it's what was it? We just had a moment. Oh, right. So I have my telecourse on, and no, that's not it. Sorry. It has to do with working out. That's right. So um, we have moments like days that we can just. My husband and I, we really try to have like us time and then our own personal time, and it can be really easy to forget these things. So we actually schedule it in. I know it might sound boring, but in a crazy, week, day, it's really nice to know what's going to come next. And then obviously we need to recalculate when needed. It's not like we're stuck in our plan, but it's a dynamic plan working. And this way we we're not working against each other. We're not doing two separate things. We're working as a team. So he actually goes out on Tuesdays and plays games with friends and like board games. And I work out usually in the evenings because during the day I'm with my son and working. And I actually, this past Tuesday, he went out just like normal. And then I was about to I had like my sports bra on, I was ready to go. And then my daughter wakes up with growing pains, or what we think is growing pains. And then my son busts a little bit. I'm like, oh man. So I spent time with my daughter for a while. My son went back to sleep. But that was like instant step back for my workout. And luckily, I still did it. I think I worked out at 11:30 that night, but I did it. And I was like, okay, I really don't want to work out. We had this conversation when he got home. I'm like, I really don't want to work at 11:30. So now what we've worked out is he's actually going to take my son to pick up my daughter from school, and then that will allow me to work out in that time frame, especially on the day that he's leaving to go out at night. So it's just really working as a team and coming up with what works for you, having those conversations. And when I say team, it could be friends in your life that are part of your family, because family really is who you make. We have some really close friends that are really family to us. And before we had kids, we actually spent family day with them and did kid-like activities. So your team can be your parents, so that your kids' grandparents and siblings, or the neighbor next door that helps out when you need it. It can be anybody in your team, anybody that helps your support system, and that's why I call it team, because some of us are really fortunate to have grandparents nearby. Maybe you don't feel that way all the time, but they do come in handy if you have them nearby. And so yeah, so it's communicating. Communicate with your team. And this is a big one. This is one that I just really have been working on, I think at the end of last year into this year, is stop taking things so seriously and have fun with it. So you might be thinking, oh my goodness, you lost your, like, so the thing is, sometimes we take life too seriously. I know I have definitely been, like, that has been definitely something of mine where I've taken life too seriously, even in my teens, where I'm like, I need to be serious, I need to be grown up, and I need to be doing this. And part of it comes from being the oldest and taking on responsibility at a young age. So it's really just letting go. Let your hair down, the wind blow your hair. And how does this look for when in the chaos? Well, it's having fun and remembering to laugh. So there are times where things are going insane in our house. You know, the kids are running around, and I just laugh. Laugh helps you release stress, release any pressure that you're holding onto, and that helps you relax, calm down. You don't take things so seriously. You're not as uptight, and when you're holding in that stress has to go somewhere. And if it builds as anger, or, just it could explode. And that's when we yell at our kids or yell at our husband. And it's really just laughing. Figure out how to make yourself laugh. And a great game is Heads Up for my husband and I at night. Like, if we have, we have some time, we play a few rounds of Heads Up. That's just a way to laugh there. But in the chaos, it's really just looking at your kids through their eyes. Maybe they're doing something totally silly and you just laugh. Like, there has been so many times that I am bursting into laughter so hard that I'm crying. I think it just happened the other day. My daughter said something hilarious and I just lost it into laughter. The more you laugh, the easier it gets. You find those moments to laugh, let go, and have fun. So, it can be just letting it go a little bit. I'm trying to think of another moment in my life that with the children. I can't think of any at the moment. But it's just really having fun. So focusing on fun. And I'm not saying it has to be like rah, rah, rah fun, let the kids run your household fun. It means, just look at areas that maybe you're being a little restricted and let it go. Or just finding a thing to laugh at. And it might even be as simple as maybe you can't find anything funny in the situation that's happening right now. Like, there's been times where I get my son from his nap and he smeared the whole crib in poop. Now, actually, I laugh because I'm like, well, there's nothing. Like, here we go. Like I put music on and I went to open the window and things like that. It's really finding that. Sometimes maybe you just can't. Maybe you're so tired, overworked, over everything. And that's why I did say the other things first. They do help build. But if maybe if you can't, find a YouTube video of a funny animal doing something cute. There's so many things to reach out to at this point. So really just try to have that let down of just like having fun, like just let loose a little bit. So that is, and then there's one more, being mindful. We can go throughout our life not being mindful, and that's when we forget about self-care, we forget about us, we forget to breathe, we forget to laugh and have fun. It's being mindful. So for example, I got a little stressed out over Family Day weekend, completely honest. Like I can't remember exactly what it was now, but obviously it was like, this is how this episode of Coffee Chat happened. And I was like, oh my goodness, I was actually wishing that there was no Family Day this year. And that's where it's like, wow, I really needed to do a check. And being mindful of those moments. It's not hating yourself or beating yourself up for having these moments, but it's being mindful. Where those moments happen, where you're like, oh, I really need her to go back to school. Like I'm exhausted. Take a moment to breathe it and process. Why did I feel this way? And it was just, there was a number of things in my life. But it was really just not having enough of my own time throughout the day because she doesn't nap anymore. And there was also a lot of tiredness. We weren't sleeping well and things like that. But it was really just doing a mind check. And like I said, laughing even. It was simple as just shifting. But yeah, it's being mindful and doing a mindset check. And so that you can really know where to shift. So I'm just going to repeat quickly what all those are. So the first one is proactive. Take care of you first. And second, communicate with your team, whoever that might be. Remember not to take life so seriously. And be mindful. Oh, and I forgot one. I knew it. I was like, I'm counting 4. Be mindful. So do a mindset check every so often, especially if you're feeling, oh my goodness, like what is going on? Overwhelm, the chaos. And remember your mommy why. That in itself can really just put it into perspective. When I'm like, I'm very lucky to be a mom. Like that for me, my why is very strong in that area. It might be a different why for you. Like I said, it could just be remembering a magical moment with your child or children. So I hope this helps, and I hope you're, having a wonderful day. I also want to do a quick little thing. Last week I talked about doing a poll about changing Coffee Chat. Well, I've looked at my schedule, and unfortunately, I don't really have many time slots right now at this moment, anyways. Doesn't mean it won't change, but at this moment, I don't really have anything other than 10:15. So I'm deciding to move Coffee Chat to 10:15 next week, and then hopefully we can keep changing it if that's something that people need or want. But for right now, it's just keeping it close to the same time, but giving me that little bit of time to really just center myself and really come here and not show up late and really just be here for you. So 10:15 a.m. Eastern next week, starting March 1st, I believe. Yes, March 1st. I believe it's March 1st, ready? Coming up. That is when we're going to start 10:15. And again, we can reevaluate the coffee time later, but unfortunately for my schedule at this moment, I have other time slots for clients and things. So it's just really working out when's a good time. So right now, 10:15 a.m. on Thursdays. So I hope you have a beautiful day. I hope this has helped, and I hope you have an amazing weekend.